All right, everybody, welcome back to CN7 Sports Media, Episode 7. Today, we will be going over some pretty crazy stuff that's happening. Free agency being a pretty key factor here. I know a lot of our teams have been making some trades, getting rid of some players, getting players, re-signing players. So that's going to be interesting. Stay tuned for that. We will also cover some baseball for you guys, some soccer, and for the most exciting part for me personally, is the very end, which we will be going over our first ever F1 race review for Caleb and Tomas. So stay tuned for that because that is going to be a interesting topic to hear everyone's reactions. I know some of the boys are happy because their guys won. So just stick around and we'll find out. So, without further ado, my name's Lucas, and the rest of the guys will introduce themselves.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 7. We're excited to be back, excited to have you guys back. Let's get this rolling.
Hey, what's up, guys, bro? You already know it's Tomas here, bro. Let's get started, bro. We have a lot to talk about. Alrighty, this right here is, I think, the remaining 5 free agents that are top 5 for me. Packers offensive tackle Rasheed Walker. I think he's probably the best tackle left, and offensive line in general. This guy's going to get paid some big bucks, especially how he barely got cut. You got Kyler Murray still in free agency. I think he's more on the edge of like seeing what quarterbacks are going to what teams for him to finally end up signing somewhere. I think he's kind of waiting to see what boat he could jump on. Hopefully, I'd say the Vikings. We got Jawan Jennings, probably one of the last good weapons left, at least, unless you're trading for one. But just signing wise, dude's 28, has like 15 touchdowns over the last 2 seasons. He would be a great addition to almost any offense. You got my old former Charger, Joey Bosa. He will be 31 this year, but man, bro, whenever Joey's on the field, you just know he's there because he'll help you stop the run. He still gets to the quarterback a lot. I'd say he probably resigns with the Bills, but man, he could go anywhere. Doing his brother in San Fran, hopefully, guys. Hopefully, he joins his brother over there. We also got Calais Campbell. Dude is pretty old. He's 39, but dude's still dominant on the field. It's actually absolutely insane what this guy still does at his age. And you think, he's older, he might have injury concerns, but dude has not been injured since 2022. So, you don't worry about this man missing a game for y'all. And then Kobe Durant, one of the last good corners left for the Rams. We're definitely not going back to the Rams. The Rams kind of solidified their corner room because we'll be talking about that soon with Caleb. But yeah, man. But that's my top 5 free agents left in the free agency.
Yeah, what an awesome free agency that we're having, man. That already big news happening as soon as day one. You having your sorry, Lucas. I was wanting to go Jeremiah Love, but K9, welcome to Kansas City. He's ready to get a ring, bro. Another one. He's gonna double it up in his own way. Not with the same team, but a lot of exciting stuff. What do you guys think about Max Crosby? I think that's a crazy headline that we had just seen, saying that he was gonna go to Baltimore. He was already arrived in Baltimore, ready to become a Raven, and then he goes to take his medical physical examination. And then he fails it, and then Baltimore backs out of the trade, so Max Crosby is once again a Raider. What do you guys think?
I feel bad for the guy, bro. The dude actually seemed excited to play football again for a team that, of course had a down year last year, but you can never count Baltimore out. They're kind of like Buffalo. They're always kind of going to be there. But it sucks, dude. Because what did the report say that it was because of his knee injury, right? That was I think that's kind of dumb. For me, when I think of a physical, I still think of the physical we took in high school. You know what I mean? Where it's dude, cough, give me a 1-2, you're good. You know what I mean? That's what I remember physicals being. I get it's a pro level, so it's different. But dude, if the guy has an injury, I don't really think that should affect the whole backing out the whole trade. Don't get me wrong, they went and got Trey, which I think is a great second option for them, keeping him in the same in division. But dude, Max Crosby. I don't know if y'all saw that meme too. That one guy who shaved his head. He was like, if Max Crosby and dude, the dude look. I feel bad for him, bro, because the dude looks like he looks like awful, bro. Like, it just does not fit him. But I don't know. That's pretty disappointing. I don't think it's fair for Max, for him to go back and be a Raider. Although I do think the Raiders are going to have a pretty shocking season.
I think it's going to look out for Max Crosby looking forward to everything is definitely Dallas. They have been making moves so far on the defensive line way. You know, they've been trading guys, getting guys back, and getting picks with that. Dallas already has 2 first-round picks this year. They can easily give up one for Max Crosby and etc., whatever they do. So I would really keep an eye on Dallas. And I just don't see how you would want to play for a team that traded you off and then you're just right back and then you're like, hey, like, I'm back, guys. So I just definitely, he's going to be somewhere else again. But I think that's going to be my prediction as of now, is he's going to be a Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah, bro. I think it just kind of does suck for him going back to a team that technically literally didn't want you there. And I think the Raiders really don't want to pay him, bro. Like $30 million a year. They signed so many free agents. They kind of solidified their edges. So they definitely moved on from him already. But now, of course, he's back there. Maybe he don't get traded straight away. But man, during that draft, if you see the Raiders with like another first-round pick, I think you know who was in that package to get that pick. It was Max Crosby.
What do you think of like Seattle, bro? Like I know like Seattle, like there's always rumors that Seattle was like working towards getting him. I know the only downside is, they're not gonna get any picks for him. You know what I mean? I know that's the upper hand. I know Dallas was like the second main option, but I like on my YouTube feeds and stuff, like I always see like, oh, like, Seahawks could spend that money and go get him, but again, like I know the whole package deal, like for the Raiders, they're really not getting much to help their team.
The Seattle Seahawks situation is very interesting. So you look at a team, and I feel like after every Super Bowl, they release the rankings already of who's going to be up there to win a Super Bowl up for the upcoming 2026 season. And, of course, Seattle was first. They just won a Super Bowl. But in my mind, like, I don't really think they're first so much. Seattle's having a very tough offseason right now, especially after the sad news for you. K9 signing with the Chiefs. Tariq just signed. Tariq signed. But, there was a lot.
The Eagles for a year, yeah.
The Eagles? Wow, yeah. So there was just like a lot of y'all's top talent that ended up signing with other teams and did not come back to Seattle. You did hit on your prediction on Rashid Shaheed coming back. But another thing what sucks so much for Seattle is I believe they only have 4 or 5 draft picks this year. So they really have to get it right here in free agency. And then, in the draft, they have to draft as best as they can. They can't really afford to have any misses. Like, they have to hit. They have to get their guys. So Seattle's in a very interesting situation.
Yeah, for me, I think, Seattle definitely needs to start looking for corners in the draft. Maybe he lost 2 top talents, and you can't really, if you have a first round bust, that might like tear down your whole season. And that sounds crazy to say, but if you draft a corner that's getting cooked every play, you're not gonna go back and repeat a Super Bowl. Then your second corner is kind of less talented than last year. But yeah, man, it's possible for Seattle to run it back. I think just with the offense they run, and they still have the offensive power, but of course the defensive power is going to be a little more shaken up, especially all the guys they lost there on that defense. So
yeah, I would say let's go Let's go to your Chargers, bro. I mean, you got this slide put up right here, bro. Like, what's going on with your team? I know we got Seattle up after we got the Chiefs next. Actually, that was gonna be a good one. I mean, all our teams are making moves, but in reality, I feel like they can lean both ways, whether like teams are gonna be successful or not.
Yeah, man, I think the Chargers right now are losing free agency pretty bad. We had top 5 most cap, and we've signed nobody. And you think, oh, when you haven't signed nobody, but that means maybe you brought everyone that you wanted back. And It did not work. Adafe Owe goes and signs a 4-year, $100 million contract with Washington. Zion Johnson gets overpaid by the Cleveland Browns to go play guard, and Mekhi Becton is, of course, still a free agent. And you think, man, you lost 2 guards. You're gonna, your center retired as well. You sign your center, 11th ranked center in the league per PFF, and man, I love that for Justin Herbert. He's now the snapper, the centerpiece of that offense. We should have great tackles already, so those guards we have to solidify. And us picking up Cole Strange, I don't think was the best option. This guy, he's getting paid almost starter money, but hopefully he's a backup, and hopefully he doesn't see the starting lineup. I think this kind of shows how the Chargers are really going to draft as well. Definitely first round, look for a guard. First or second round for sure. And second, you're definitely looking for an edge or a tackle. We did re-sign Khalil Mack, which I do like, and I on the dot got it. $18 million a year on the dot. You don't believe me? Go back and watch the episode. I said 1 year, $18 million, very friendly deal. And you just don't get hits like that, bro, if you're not watching CN7 Sports, guys.
Khalil Mack is a beast, dude. That dude is a beast. I seen a post the other day. The Chargers got to be probably one of the best social media teams in the league with all the funny stuff they post. Someone had tweeted out one thing on X, and they said, "Who does Khalil Mack belong to?" And they had a picture of him, of course, in the Raiders, Chicago Bears, and everybody was like, "Bolt up." That Khalil Mack has the most seasons playing for the Chargers. And I think it just solidified it where he loves playing, signing a 1-year deal to come back and play for them. So.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, honestly, I have no clue, what the heck Chargers have, I know based on, the stuff you've seen, I see that, you have it, losers on the actual slide just to, show, man, but. I based on what you're saying, yeah, dude, that's kind of tough. You know what I mean? Not to, you said, sign anyone that's oh my gosh, we got someone or re-sign someone back. That's kind of a tough pill to swallow. But yeah, I was gonna ask you too, what in the draft, would you go for O line players for? Because how many picks do the Chargers have in the first round? Do they just have one?
Yeah, they have one, and they do have I think we're missing our 4th round or something like that. We didn't get no comp picks either, so I think we're almost the same boat as Seattle. I think we have 6 picks, maybe 5. But yeah, man, it's gonna be hard. We're definitely gonna have to sign another weapon for Herbert, maybe. Especially we haven't brought back Keenan Allen, who's if that dude leaves or retires, I'll be really, really, really upset if he does that. Goes to a different team. If he retires, it'll be less sad because of course he'll be retiring a Bolt. But man. Get Herbert another weapon, maybe sign a guard. There's still some good guards in the free agency, of course. And, you need technically 2 guards here, so you're going to have to draft one in the round 1 or 2, I feel like, and you can't ignore your guards like you did kind of last year.
It kind of sucked, the Chargers, I would see a good fit, and of course this duo can't happen anymore. But imagine the possibility if the Chargers were able to pair up, Alec Pierce going over there and playing with Herbert. And I just feel like that would be such a big wide receiver room help. I think that obviously Indianapolis is 100% Alec Pierce after trading Michael Pittman. And that was a move that they had to make is because Pittman was being paid $28 million a year. And you really can't, why pay 2 basically wide receiver ones that are just going to be splitting targets and stuff. So I think that was the move. That should have been a move that Dallas should have even thought about. I think Dallas should think about trading George Pickens because you're paying 2 wide receiver ones on one roster, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, the only part I do know about the Chargers, is their offense. Of course, Herbert. The dude. I guess it always sucks seeing a great quarterback on a team that doesn't give him what he needs. You know what I mean? I in fantasy last season, I think I had is it what's his name? Is it I'm forgetting. He's a wide receiver with he has the long hair.
Quentin Johnson.
Yeah, I don't he's good. I'm he's a pretty good. He drops a good amount of passes. I saw. some TikTok edits about that. So I trust the internet. But do you think they would go after a wide receiver or any other other than offensive players or like defensive players? I mean,
yeah, maybe like we signed our tight end too as well, and he's the third stringer for the Ravens, but he's a outstanding blocker. We're paying him tight end 2 money though, so maybe draft a rookie later on if we could get a rookie tight end like 5th round maybe. Someone that's kind of all around because we already have Orlando Gatson, who's a phenomenal physical tight end. A little less on the blocking, but yeah, man, it's gonna be tough if you have a receiver room of Lad McConkey at 1, Trey Harris at 2, and Lambert Smith at 3, or Quentin Johnson at 3 as well. You do just need another receiver. I feel like you need another weapon.
How would you feel about Tyreek Hill?
Man, it could make sense for Tyreek Hill to go there, especially for offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel. I'd like it, bro. I'd really like it, but I don't know. I mean, I could take the risk for it, so hey, might as well.
The thing is, why I like the Tyreek Hill to the Chargers move. As a Chiefs fan, you don't like that because he's ultimately had his best years in Kansas City. But him going to a division rival and playing for the Chargers, it makes sense for him. The Chargers have the money to take that risk. The Kansas City Chiefs don't. You guys get what I'm saying? They're already pretty tight on cap space. They already have a restructured contract, trade Trey McDuffie and worry about their future. Tyreek Hill isn't going to be expensive either. But yeah, he'll probably be around the 12 to 14 million range. But that's easy for the Chargers. But I think that would be a wonderful fit for Tyreek Hill to go to the Chargers.
yeah. I mean, Tomas, you got any other Chargers news or any shots you want to call to see if anything happens during free agency? I mean, because that's the most exciting part is when you predict calls and they happen. I mean, the one you said where you got the money on the dot, bro. That's a mad flex, bro. Because you're basically, I'm gonna go work at ESPN at this point.
Man, let's see. Let me try to throw a crazy dart here. I think that if Peter Woods is in the draft at 22, I think the Chargers draft Peter Woods over a guard and try to get a guard later on in the draft. That's just my bold prediction. Free agency wise, it kind of shows that we're not overpaying for players. So, man, I could see Tyreek Hill coming in, but I think a little more expensive. I think Tyreek Hill 2 years, $30 million. Dude, that would be a crazy shot. And give me backup running back. Najee Harris joins the Chargers for 1 more year on a prove-it $4.25 million contract.
All right, y'all heard it from the man. Let's see if it happens. Let's see. So I think going next to our next topic, our next team, like I said, division rivals, the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs losses, man. I mean, I feel like they're kind of split between losses and wins. You know what I mean? I mean, defensively, no. Defensively, I think we can all agree that, dude, this has got to be this is shaky, bro. So, I mean, take it away, bro.
Defensively, you're absolutely right, dude. It sucks, and my heart is broken. I saw Isaiah Pacheco going, but all these other guys I wanted to keep so bad, especially after the Trey McDuffie trade. I was like, we have to re-sign Jalen Watson. He's our corner 2 with corner 1 capabilities, so you have to bring that guy back. But what do the Rams do? They take both of our corners, bro. They just finesse Kansas City. It sucks, bro. And all these guys that I wanted to come back and play for the Chiefs, like Leo Chanel, Brian Cook, it sucks, dude. Even Joshua Williams, who was a pretty good depth corner, it's a tough loss all around. Leo Chanel's gonna head to Washington. Brian Cook's going to the Bengals, and I really hate that, dude. I don't need to be seeing the Bengals and Chiefs have big rivalry games again, and then especially Brian Cook playing on there. Isaiah Pacheco's heading to Detroit. He's going to be playing next to Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to be the new backfield duo. But as they say, I'm not too familiar with the characters, but Sonic and the yellow one, dude.
Oh,
His
Knuckles,
name.
Knuckles, yeah, they were,
Yeah,
yeah,
Knuckles. Okay, Knuckles. Yeah, they're saying Isaiah Pacheco is Knuckles, so it's Sonic and Knuckles now. It's I have to give the Chiefs off season so far a C. You know, I feel like it's very balanced. Yes, they got some pretty decent gains, but I feel like they are losing a lot, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Just looking at this chart here, man, these are guys that are very young. What do you guys think?
Yeah, man. Dude, it just absolutely it's crazy seeing all these players gone. You don't think the Chiefs would lose this much players in 1 year, especially when you have Patrick Mahomes at your helm. But most of these guys were defensively. Isaiah Pacheco didn't make sense. I mean, they did sign K9. Leo Chanel, man, I remember I was talking to Caleb, and he was like, we're going to re-sign him. We have the money now. We don't have to, pay Trent McDuffie. And then, or like the next day, I sent Kilo, breaking news when he signed to Washington, and he was like, no, like, they couldn't believe it. Then, yeah, man, you lose two of your corners, man. Like, you did get a pick out of one, but one, you virtually got nothing for it. You'll get a comp pick maybe later on next year or so, but man, just like the Rams are just, hey man, if you can't beat them, just join them, bro. Just take all the players you can. Take all their defensive players if you're struggling on defense. And I think that's pretty good for the Rams, but for the Chiefs, man, this just sucks. You think Mahomes is gonna come back? You have so much draft capital. You have a high pick this year, which who knows when you'll have another high pick when Mahomes is fully healthy and playing with a competitive roster. But man, dude, like these guys just being lost just sucks for a Kansas City fan, man. And I know they could definitely, like Kilo, for example, could definitely feel the pain.
yeah. I think too, like for me, I'm grieving because like now I know these dudes are going to the Rams, bro. You know, division rivals. Like, I mean, if Rams defense wasn't good last year, imagine them this coming year, bro. You know what I mean? Like, dude, they're gonna have our dudes on locks, bro. Jason on locks, Cooper Cup on locks, Rashid Shaheed, who we'll get to here in a minute, on locks. So yeah, I mean, shoot, yeah, dude, like that sucks for me. I'm like, bro, I have to watch these guys now. You know, freaking probably beat Seattle, of course, one game this year. So to see like this much, these CBs coming over, bro, like that's pretty scary. Especially right now, with Seattle not having a running game. Like as of right now, you have to rely on your passing game, and with Rams defense upgrading, bro, this quick, bro, this powerful, bro. Like it's a little scarier than it was last year playing them already. But how do y'all think the trade handed out then, like with Montgomery going to the Texans, and then now they got what's his name, Pacheco going to Detroit. Do you think it's a overall like win for both teams, or do you think the Lions won this one? Or
As of right now, I gotta say Houston, man. Montgomery is a beast. Pacheco hasn't really. I feel like Pacheco hasn't beat the production that Montgomery was giving. We'll see how he does in Detroit, though. I mean, they have a very balanced, backfield, and I think it's going to be interesting. Jameer Gibbs and Isaiah Pacheco in that system now. Maybe Isaiah Pacheco kind of emerges and just kind of takes over and becomes a Montgomery 2.0 with Jameer Gibbs, but who knows? As of right now, I give it to Houston. I think Houston made a wonderful move to go get David Montgomery. He is a beast, bro. He is, and especially down like in the red zone, that dude can punch that ball in. He's good. He's a touchdown getter. So I give it to Houston.
Yeah, man, I absolutely love Montgomery, man. I think, yeah, for now, like without, of course, any games or seeing how either of the players have played on their new teams, I think Montgomery was the good choice. But man, don't I mean Isaiah Pacheco is an aggressive runner, bro. This man will, they say he stomps on the ground like if like someone owes him money. He'll fill in that role pretty good. And they'll just be back to a little 1-2 punch, and you kind of get like a younger Montgomery almost in a sense, with a little more upside. Now, of course, he's never gonna start over Gibbs, but say Gibbs gets injured, then you do have a competent RB2. I mean, he literally was the RB1 for the Chiefs. So, and but I still think the Texans want it, man. I mean, they got a legitimate RB1 out of that trade, and it's definitely going to help their offense.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with CJ Stroud kind of just having, some pretty rough years. I think having a good, solid running back like that to, pick up the slack for him, I mean, shoot, that dude's going to. I mean, you have a good running back, sometimes it really doesn't even matter how good your line is or whatnot. If the running back's good enough, bro, they can make it happen. Of course, there is also the other statement, though, like, if you don't have a line, then, yeah, more than likely. But in reality, Saquon, bro, you think about him in New York, you know what I mean? The dude, like, just still had lights out performances there. But, I mean, shoot, going to upgrades, Kilo, taking my man from, not my man, what the heck, but taking my running back from Seattle, bro. Talk about it. Talk about the good news, brother.
Wow, man. So I can just even say exactly how my day was going. I was at work. I was chilling for a little bit. Then my phone goes off from Adam Schefter from ESPN. Look at my phone. It says Kenneth Walker's heading to the Chiefs. And I was like, right away, like, oh, wow. What? Like, I know when we talked about, like, moves that the Chiefs could make, he was my number one guy over Brees Hall. But, I was looking at, like, okay, the Chiefs are dead set on Jeremiah Love, especially after the trade with the Rams and sending McDuffie over there and getting the Rams' first-round pick. I was like, that's so much easier for the Chiefs to move up because if you have to jump a team like Tennessee or you do trade with Tennessee, it's not going to be so hard anymore. You got all these picks because the Chiefs got a lot of picks from the Rams. So I was like, okay, Jeremiah Love's a Chief. It felt like, really did feel like that was going to happen for sure. But this Kenneth Walker thing just changes everything. I love it. I can't wait to see him play because he's super young, and I think he's probably up there with like probably the most explosive running back in the NFL. And just tied to him coming off his Super Bowl MVP, man, it's exciting. And now we have also in this chart, you have Travis Kelce right here in the middle, waving hi to everybody. The man is back. I called it. He is coming back on a 1-year, $12 million deal. He's going to just run it back. I think this is it for sure now. I don't think he's going to have any more contracts. It's going to be his retirement season. I hope we can do great things with Travis Kelce and get a ring for him before he walks out. This was another guy that I had on my list that I wanted to bring back was Tyquan Thornton, man. He's going to be good. I did like him in our system last year when we had injuries and he would come in. And he was balling out, when Xavier Worthy was out, when he hurt his shoulder, colliding with Travis Kelce, by the way. And then, Tyquan Thornton came in, and it was just him, Brown, and then Rashee Rice was suspended. So it was Juju Smith-Schuster, Hollywood Brown, and Tyquan Thornton. And he was outplaying all of them. So I think that's why, Hollywood Brown is gone, Juju's gone, and we brought back Thornton. Hopefully he can do great things for us. And then, I know I put a picture of him in a Ravens jersey up here, but this used to be Tomas's guy up here. This was Tomas's former safety, man. I hope he works out here in Kansas City, especially after losing Brian Cook. I honestly hope he can bring more to the table. Like, Brian Cook wasn't a bad player. The reason why I like Brian Cook a lot was because he was so young. He already had a lot of flashes that he was going to be special. But then we go out and we get a guy like this, Gilman, he's going to be more of a veteran player. He had a good season as a Charger, and a good season as a Baltimore Raven. Now he's coming on over to Kansas City, and I hope we can keep that ball rolling.
Yeah, man, bro. Seeing a Willie Gilman go to the Chiefs felt like a stab in the heart. I kind of figured that he wasn't going to re-sign with Baltimore, especially how the new coaching. Jesse Minter, most likely agreed to trade him away when it was we did trade him during midseason, so why would this guy come back, like, why'd you bring a guy back if you just traded him away the season before? And, man, it just reminds me of Drew Tranquil. I remember when he was on the Chargers, he wanted to be a Charger for life, and then he goes and just signs in Kansas City, and then he just straight out just starts dragging the Chargers name across the floor after he won the Super Bowl, saying, "Man, this is so much better than LA." And then I kind of getting flashbacks of that with the Lloyd Gilman here, but man, dude, he kind of flipped Baltimore's defense when they signed him. I'm surprised they didn't really try to keep him, especially for the way they run Kyle Hamilton down more in the box. And, Lloyd Gilman, aka the Flying Hawaiian, if you guys don't know his nickname, he just he's just a ball hawk, man. Whenever he's playing deep zones and stuff like that, he's gonna do great things on the Chiefs. I think just hopefully he doesn't pick off Herbert, because that'll definitely be talked about for a couple of weeks if we play him. Yeah, man, Travis Kelce coming back is no surprise. I mean, he wants to run it back. Man, this guy just wants to play football. You can tell he wants to play another year of football. I wouldn't be surprised if he played another 3 years of football. Because, yeah, man, it maybe. It really matters what happens, like, with the rest of his career. Hopefully he stays healthy. The K9 signing, man, I was thinking kilos way over his head, man. $15 million for a running back when you have one of the most expensive quarterbacks. And they did it, man. They restructured Mahomes. They restructured all the people they needed to bring in K9. Now, Lucas, I know K9 is your guy, bro. So give me your true thoughts on it, bro. Give me everything.
Bro, in all honesty, dude, I mean, my biggest thing is I'm happy he didn't go. I'm happy he didn't stay in the NFC. I'm glad he at least went over to the AFC. And I'm glad that he's going to go to a Super Bowl, contender type team. You know what I mean? It still sucks, bro. Like the fact, bro, that like he's gone, dude. Like hurts, bro. Like I saw the news and I was just like, I think I left my phone open, bro, for like a good like hour, bro, just like staring at it because I was like, dude, like it's like I knew, like we all knew it was gonna happen. He wasn't gonna go back to Seattle, but it's just the fact that he like just is gone. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna see him in that uni no more, bro. And again, glad I'm so happy for him. In reality, bro, like he's gonna be on a great team. I know Kansas City's gonna want to get their get back, bro. So I think for him to be on a team that's gonna be like that, like go get him attitude. You know what I mean? We're like, hey, like we really want to come back and make this count. Especially like with Travis Kelce. Like Kia said, probably one of his last years. Mahomes coming off an injury, bro. Like they're gonna want to go get back and like they're gonna want to prove again, like why they're now the number one team in the NFL. In all honesty, because of what it is, the dynasty they've had, dude. Like, so I mean, yeah, like it of course breaks my heart. It really does. But it's just like good for him. He got paid. Was he top like the fourth highest paid running back right now? I think right is what he topped out at.
Yeah, he got paid the big bucks, man.
Yeah, something like
$15 million a year. So.
Yeah, so good for him. 3 years there in Kansas City. Caleb, you're just gonna see why I love the guy so much, bro. I know you love the guy so much watching him on Seattle, so now to have him on your team, dude, I can't even begin to imagine, bro. Especially how he said prime time right now, bro. Like that's where he's at. He's like in the like dude, where he's up there with the top guys. I think I've said it, bro, like a million times. He's one of the most underrated running backs in the league right now, and I think of course that it was hidden, behind Charbonnet because he wasn't getting K9 wasn't getting all the touchdowns and everything, bro. But everything else up to the freaking red zone was all K9, bro. And again, he proved that in the Super Bowl. And I'd love to see him play Seattle in the Super Bowl next year, bro. I'm going to give it an early call, bro. I think Seattle goes back-to-back, goes to the Super Bowl, bro. And I think I see Chiefs going too. And, dude, I think if they did play with each other, bro, like, of course, I'm picking Seattle, but I think that's one of my hot shots right now is that's going to be one of the Super Bowl matchups is going to be the Chiefs and the Seahawks, or at least the Rams by chance. But yeah, man, he's just it sucks to see. Even like bro, I've just been staring at him in the slide, bro, in the picture that you made, Kilo. Like, dude, you can't. He looks great in the red, bro. You can't even like with that like the virus and everything, bro. Like I know it's like edited and everything, bro, but he looks great in the red and. I'm just like I said. I'm glad he's joining a successful team, not not freaking the Raiders or something like that, bro. So, in all honesty, that's my thoughts of him moving out and stuff. So,
yeah, man. Me and Lucas both lost one of our guys to technically to the Chiefs, man. So, what are the odds of that, man? Being a Chargers fan for me, and then Seattle fan, and then one of the two biggest free agents to sign is. Kind of like all our previous guys. It's just
Yeah, yeah, it's tough. So I mean, and too, man. I mean, Seattle, dude, we had some crazy let goes defensively, bro. Um, dude, Kobe Bryant, bro. Let's talk about him first, bro. I wanted him to stay, bro. I said, I mean, I know they both left him and Reek, bro, but I said if one of them can stay, I want it to be Kobe, bro. And he's going to the Bears for 3 years for 40 million. Uh, right, I believe that's what I have up here, so I should be right. But man, dude, like I was watching a video, and what the guy said was true, bro. Like, if it ain't broke, don't, you don't need to fix it, or like, no, don't. How does it go? I don't even remember. But but yeah, dude, and like that was our thing, bro. That was Seattle's thing with our defense, bro. So to let go of not only one but three key defensive players, man, it kind of sucks, bro. It really does. Um, Reek going to the Eagles, that was actually a pretty shocker. I mean, in all honesty, I was pretty surprised with that move. I don't think they have a set price yet, but I know it's a 1 year contract. I know Eagles had let go their other what was I don't remember his name exactly, but was it Cooper DeJean's twin, as everyone calls him? Like I know, yeah,
safety.
yeah, bro. So I mean, good for him. I'm glad go makes a difference over there. I honestly think I feel like he might come back to Seattle. Like after the 1 year, I think Seattle works on some money stuff. Like I mean, again, the money's really not a problem, but I think if we don't draft right, I think Reek does come back to help out. But I do trust John Schneider with the drafts, and hopefully we go after one of those CBs in the draft, and then uh, let's going to our offensive players, bro. I think it's kind of cool, bro. We've all called it, bro. Like we've all had our own shot and been like, bro, we were right. Rashid Shaheed, baby, coming back to Seattle, 3 years for $51 million. Dude, I freaking love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. As much as the whole K9 thing, bro, this is the only other guy on offense that I wanted to keep, bro. Um, and I mean, I know it took a long time for them to after every dude, I was reading up like every single day, like, nope, still haven't come to an agreement, not even close. And I'm just like, I started shaking in my boots there for a little bit, but then when I saw the news, bro, like for a minute there, I forgot everything about K9, and I was just like, bro, our offense is still gonna be elite. With our receiver core, uh, dude, I remember like when we signed him, I really didn't know who he was when we first signed him. But then like once I kind of like watched a little bit of stuff, and my one of my homies who's a Saints fan was like, bro, y'all got a beast on y'all's field. I was like, all right, let's check it out. And then the dude freaking goes and has two punt returns and then a kickoff return. Like the dude's gonna be a beast, especially next to our who's gonna be a sophomore this year, Torrey Horton. I don't know if I remember him or not. The dude had some kickoff returns too. So to see them two in the backfield, bro, I'd be pretty scared on kickoffs. And with the new rules and everything, I'm kicking out the end zone every single time. But what are y'all's thoughts? I mean, I know, it's different from a Seahawks fan. What are y'all thoughts as a non-Seahawks fan?
Easily, bro. It's crazy to see because these aren't like low tier kind of guys that you can just look at and be like, man, we're chilling, bro. These are significant role players for Seattle, and to see all these guys pretty much walk away, K9, Kobe Bryant, Reek, Loye, man, it just was like, it sucks for Seattle to see these guys walk away. It's like what I mentioned earlier. It puts you guys in a bind because you guys can't really lean on the draft and be like, okay, we can go in the draft and really fill in these spots there because your guys' picks, they're already limited. So, man, it's just going to be tough on Seattle. These guys were really big names that you would want to bring back. Like K9 was the best running back in free agency. Boye, I want to say he was like the second best pass rusher in free agency. Reek was up there as like the top corners in free agency. Like these were like big guys getting into the market, and for Seattle not to bring these guys back, it has to hurt.
Yeah, man, dude. Like seeing Rick Woolen, of course, gone, bro, I couldn't believe it. He looked like he was going to be a Seattle Seahawks for life. He did have a couple bad games, but man, he's going to look really weird in the Eagles uniform, even for me. Because, man, they paid him, I think it was 1 year, $15 million, maybe it was around 15.5, I think. And I was thinking, like, bro, why couldn't the Chargers sign him? Dude's 6'4", he'd be perfect in a defensive scheme. The Chargers like having tall corners like St. Juice we had last year. Again, tall corners, 6'3". We lost him as well. And, man, seeing Rick in here, just, you wouldn't think it. Seeing K9, bro, like last year, if you would have told me all these guys are gone off Seattle, I'm like, yeah, for sure, bro. Like, Seattle's not going to bring back, they're two defensive DBs, two of the best, duo. And they're running back. Maybe K9 last year, if you told me that, maybe I would have believed you, like, oh, yeah, maybe. But the way he played, last season kind of made me think, oh, they're definitely going to re-sign this guy, then you lose your edge rusher, you lose your linebacker. But, man, you could try to rebuild this defense in the draft, but it'll be hard to hit on every single pick and to replace these guys, bro. Like, you won't be able to do that. Maybe say like a 1 out of 100 odds, maybe, to sign players on this level. But man, the Rashid Shaheed thing, we all, kind of was like, I saw day one he didn't get, picked up in free agency. I was thinking like, hey, maybe they're working something out. And then they ended up doing that, and I was thinking like, the contract was pretty big. I was thinking like, oh, the Chargers couldn't match, but I think he really did want to stay in Seattle. Especially, I think he just loves his culture there. I mean, they did trade for him. They believe in the guy. You could tell. They paid him the big bucks. And yeah, man. I mean, kind of sucks for defensively, and offensively, you're still kind of excited, even though you lost K9.
Yeah, I mean, I want to go back to some defensive players we did re-sign. Who we got Drake Thomas, our linebacker, back, multi-year deal. I mean, I don't know if y'all remember, he's the one that had the pick in San Francisco where Purdy threw it and it got tipped, and it was just behind McCaffrey, and the dude picked it off, and like that kind of sealed the game because that's when the Niners were actually getting their momentum back, and the dude, just right place, right time. Hands were just positioned exactly where they needed to be, so it's good to see him coming back, bro. I mean, the dude, we picked the dude up from, I believe, from the Raiders, where they just they didn't have him, and he just came to Seattle and ended up making a name for himself here. But I do have good news about our CBs. We did re-sign Josh Jobe, $24 million for 3 years. I mean, I'm glad we re-signed one of our CBs. You know what I mean? It's good to see that. I know that we got Jake Bobo. He has his touchdowns every now and then. But like, I agree with you, Keel, man. If Seattle screws this draft up, man, it's gonna come back and haunt them pretty big, man, and it's gonna be pretty upsetting as a Seahawks fan to yeah, man, bro, we had it all. We had it all. We were the team to beat. And in all honesty, I feel like we're not right now going into the offseason. I think some teams have put together some really good offensive teams, and I just don't think Seattle's defense definitely is not where it used to be. You know what I mean? I did have a friend ask me, he's like, bro, you think Seattle's going to draft a running back in the draft? I was like, bro, if one holds out for, round 2, round 3, bro, I would say maybe, especially if nothing comes up in free agency. All the guys that Tomas put up, bro, just kept going off the chart one by one, and I was like, great, well, he's gone, and then he's gone, and he's gone. I was like, dude, it's gonna have to come down to the draft. So, I mean, for Seattle, man, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, again, although we have one good main re-sign with Rashid Shaheed, man, it's definitely more on, I would say we're definitely in the loser side of things right now. I mean, of course, we got our good little get backs, but in all honesty, I mean, even just seeing and hearing y'all's reaction, bro, I'm like, dude, I can't be a delusional fan and be like, oh, we're gonna come back and be the best team in the division right now, bro. Because I think right now, low key, I gotta give it to the Rams, bro. With the pickups they got, bro. As much as I hate it, I give it to the Rams, bro. I think Niners still got some stuff to work out, especially all the injuries they got and stuff. But I give it to the Rams as our division rivals. I give them the lead there. But what, like, yeah, well, I mean, what other thoughts y'all have about it? I mean, anything like crazy or
Yeah, I mean, running back, bro, is going to be really hard. Like you said, definitely not going to take one round one. You're going to have to get a DB, some sort of, corner, safety, maybe. Um, Maybe even, yeah, I think that's like probably your best bet. Maybe you could get edge rusher, someone good falls later on in the first round. But man, running back second round, maybe third round you get Emmerich Johnson or something like that, or um, Rashid White is there at running back. Najee Harris is still there. I mean, those are two guys you could kind of put in the role. Of course, they do believe in Charbonnet, even though he was injured. Go for it, man. He's a decent RB2. He definitely is a good in the red zone, but they're gonna have to try to replace an alpha back, an RB1, and that's gonna be. People say it's not tough. RBs are replaceable, but the kind of system Seattle runs with a heavy runner, it's gonna be hard to kind of replace a bow cow like that.
Yeah, I think the Seattle Seahawks could definitely go running back some point in the draft. There's a lot of running backs I like in the draft. I'm not even going to say Jeremiah Love. There's no way he'll be down at 32. But like Tomas said, Johnson. I became a big fan of Mike Washington Jr. from Arkansas. That dude blew away the combine. His even stats playing at Arkansas freaking speak for themselves. 1,000-yard rusher. I believe it was like 10 touchdowns on the year. And, obviously he was like first in every category in the draft. I believe he ran a 4.33 and all that. I think he's like has the potential to be a sleeper, and if Seattle can get him, y'all can maybe get him in maybe late second round. I don't know if he'll really be there by the third, but I think second round pick, yeah, maybe he'll be there. I think that's also going to be really tough on Seattle's. Obviously, you guys won the Super Bowl, you guys get dead last every round, so. Those picks, man, you're just gonna have to rely on coach and the GM. It's got to be the right pick every time for you guys.
yeah, 100%, 100%. So I think that's a pretty good rundown with NFL, man. Y'all got any other hot takes y'all want to kind of get off y'all's chest, or y'all think y'all are pretty comfortable here? Tomas is thinking over there. I'm gonna give him a second because I feel like he's got like one. I know you got one, bro. Like I see your smile, bro. You have at least one or two. Get them all, bro. I want to see this when the future comes and you're just like, boom, I called it.
I think why the Chargers are really spending their money right now is they're kind of penny pinching. I feel like they're gonna definitely get some guys like in a week after the kind of simmers down the free agency, and if not, bro, you have to think about the future realistically. If you're Chargers fans, you have Tui Pelosi you need to resign. Who knows how much that dude's going to be making, and then you have a star linebacker like in Henley, and man, it's gonna be hard to keep those two guys up if you're gonna spend all your money in free agency and go negative in cap. And man, one of my hot takes is that even though the Raiders look really good right now, I know I'm a Chargers fan. I'm hating on the Raiders, but man, we thought the same thing whenever Max Crosby and the Dolphins D tackle went there, Christian Watson, or I think that was his name, and dude, that guy got cut 1 year after, and he did nothing on that D line, and he's there now have negative cap because of him, or they have a dead cap because of him. I think all these signings are almost for nothing, because especially if they say they want to sit Mendoza, man, how are you gonna sit your number one overall pick if you just spent all your money this year for agency, and then most of these contracts the Raiders have are back ended, bro. Like they're paying them pretty cheap year one, and then it's like $30 to $40 at the end of their contracts, and they're not gonna have that money. Maybe they restructure, but man, I think all these especially defensively, signings is gonna come back and bite them. And the Raiders did do one good thing, and that was kind of reset the center market with signing the Raven center, man. Linderbaum, they definitely now you're going to see centers making more than 12 million a year. Freed Humphrey type level contracts, I think. And that's for your mid centers. The Chargers got their center pretty cheap, which I did like. 3 years, 30 million. 10 million before the Raiders went and spent 27 on the center, man. That's everything I kind of need to get off my chest.
Yeah, maybe I got a hot take for Tomas. What if this is potentially revolving around rumors of the NFL? So we'll see Tomas's reaction on my take. What if the reason why Chargers haven't been making moves is potentially they're trying to make a move in the trade market and they're about to make a big splash? Let's just say a guy by the name of A.J. Brown coming from Philly with all the trade rumors. I think, I don't know. I just kind of thought about it for a bit after bouncing off of Tomas, listening to him. I could see A.J. Brown in a Chargers uniform. I think that'd be crazy, dude.
A.J. Brown, bro, that's gonna. I don't, bro. I can't see him in a Chargers uniform, bro. I can't, bro. I gotta disagree with. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I think he's definitely leaving, but like, I mean, I see, like, yeah, I think he could go there, but I just can't, like, as soon as you said in the Chargers, bro, like, I, like, drew a quick sketch in my brain, bro, and either I just suck at art and can't draw pictures together, or I just am like, bro, I just can't, bro, like, oh, what the heck? I mean, I forgot about that, dude, honestly, that he's, like, he's ready to be out, but sorry, I had to get my like thought on that because I was like, bro, I cannot see him in a Charger. I can see him like in a Bengals uniform for some reason. I mean, I know he wouldn't go there, but I'm just like that color, like an orange. I mean, the Browns, bro. I mean, I just kind of thought about that. Just 'cause I said orange, bro, and I know the Browns have been, they're wanting to get a wide receiver, bro. I I feel like if the money's out there, bro, I think AJ wouldn't. I mean, I know he knows they suck, bro. I mean, everybody knows they suck, but that's like my extreme hot take, bro. AJ goes to the Browns. I can't say for how much, but it's gonna be a good chunk, bro. It's gonna be a pretty good chunk of money to convince a guy like him to go over there. What I was thinking about though, Tomas, when you were talking, and I know this is not even on the topic list or anything, but what what like state do you think for Mendoza's at with Geno Smith going back to the Jets and not having any quarterback to be like, I guess a sacrificial quarterback, like now it's Mendoza or nothing, you know what I mean? Like, what do you think? What do y'all think about that? Like, do you think it's a risk or do you think it's like, hey, I mean, like you said, Tomas, they spent the money on guys. I mean, again, I don't know who the heck they are, but do you think this line is going to hold up to start him, or do you think it's a little risky to throw in your number one pick like that?
Man, bro, Mendoza, I think it is kind of risky, especially how Mendoza's not really like a prodigy. He's not really, younger in dude. He kind of shows that he is kind of NFL ready, especially the kind of offense that they ran over there. If Mendoza does mess up, I mean, you have Aiden O'Connell in the back, which, I mean, I know Raiders fans love him because he showed little flashes here and there, but if that was really your guy, I mean, you have a first round pick. You're going to take a quarterback. He's not really your guy. I would say you could sign a vet, but I mean, the veterans right now are like Kirk Cousins, bro. Like, you don't want Kirk Cousins, Kirk Chains mentoring Mendoza. It would be a pretty funny Hard Knocks episode if they were to do it on the Raiders and Mendoza and they say he's kind of like a mini, Kirk Cousins, and dude, that would just be a pretty funny quarterback room to have if they were to do that. Or man, it was just gonna suck. He really doesn't have a mentor over there. If he does, and a lot of these good quarterbacks, they do have a mentor. For example, I mean, Patrick Mahomes had Alex Smith. Alex Smith was, he might not have been the best quarterback. I think he was a very, very talented mentor, especially teaching the game of football to Mahomes, especially how raw of a talent he was. And you could even kind of go on the basis of Justin Herbert having like a Tyrod Taylor, sort of like kind of a veteran dude. And also Herbert also had Philip Rivers in his pocket that he said he texted on draft night and that they're really close. And Yeah, man. I mean, you have to get your rookie a good vet, and there's not really nothing you can really do to get a good vet now that you've signed so much players. And I think it could fail the Raiders if Mendoza gets pressured too much and then has confident issues, and then Mendoza looks like a bust, man. And nowadays, man, if you're a rookie quarterback and you suck, you're getting benched, even if it's 1 year, man. It could be one bad year, your rookie year, and dude, they'll like move on to the next like nothing, you know. It's kind of wild to me.
You know who I would go and get if I'm the Raiders, and a lot of people are like flying under the dude's name right now. Like there's no kind of takes on where he's going or whatever.
Who?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron?
Go get
Aaron?
Go get Aaron Rodgers on a 1-year deal. Probably like $15, $17 million deal 1 year. Raiders can afford it. They have all that money. Like, you got to think about this. You got already Tom Brady upstairs. Then you have Aaron Rodgers, your mentor, and then you got Mendoza behind you. You're just surrounded by great quarterbacks already. And, you know, there's kind of just no say where Aaron Rodgers is going to go. I don't think he's heading back to Pittsburgh and he's going to play there. But I could be wrong. He can, because, you know, we see Pittsburgh's putting together a little sneaky offense, dude.
Yeah.
They just got Rico Dowdle. They just traded for Michael Pittman. They got DK Metcalf. I mean, it's kind of just like that missing piece, which is a quarterback. You put that all together, dude, you got one heck of an offense. So maybe Aaron Rodgers sees that system and goes back. Maybe he goes and he plays that card again where he's going to go in a new system. But, you know, age is against him now, so it'd be another 1-year deal. So, I don't know, maybe it was the Raiders. I don't think that'd be bad.
I feel like he would stay though, just because the coach they got. I forgot his name, but I feel like that is a good one. Though. I didn't think about that until you said it. I was like, oh, like that would be crazy, bro. Like imagine like coming in as a rookie, bro. Like you said, Aaron Rodgers. You sit under him for a year, bro. I mean, and Tom Brady on top of that, bro. Like I would feel pretty confident. You know what I mean? Like shoot. So but that's a pretty good take right there. Those are some pretty good takes, bro. I mean, shoot, those are some. It's heating up, bro. Heating up. I feel bad for Gino, bro. He's just gonna. I mean, dude, like, when was the last time the Jets had a successful quarterback, bro? Like, stay in New York, bro. I mean, like, dude, Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers, Justin Fields. Who else do we have? Geno Smith times 2 now, I guess you could say on the list. Like,
yeah, Zach Wilson, their second overall pick.
Yeah, man.
It's just a crash and burn landing spot for
quarterback franchise, you would say, bro.
Yeah, no. I think, like whoever goes there is cooked, man.
Hey, man, I think they're just going for the number 1 overall pick. If you say, hey, man, Geno Smith, you know, let the Seahawks, they win a Super Bowl. Geno Smith joins the Raiders, get the first overall pick. Hey, Geno, you know, I'm already kind of a bad franchise. I have number 2. Can't get a quarterback this year. Man, I might as well just, you know, pick you up and, you know, start you, and then like, oh no, we're losing games, man. You know, we're not forced, you know, purposely tanking. It's just, man, Geno Smith's our quarterback. What can we do? You know, we have nobody else. And then you just go on and lose like, you know, 15 games and win 2 miracles, and then oh wow, I have the number 1 overall pick, and I get to draft Arch Manning, or man, who knows who's going to be the, you know, the top quarterbacks next year, you know?
yeah.
Especially how college seasons go. It could be Moore again, or, yeah, it could be, like I said, I mean, even if they do not draft a quarterback, bro, they could get, I mean, like a Jeremiah Smith, you know, like a really, really talented class next year.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else? I mean, I know we said we were done, and then we had like talked for a whole another hour, bro. But this is some good, bro. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. So, all right. So next topic I have. Make sure it is baseball. Is that right? Is that what y'all got? Let's make sure. Boom! There it is. World Baseball Classic, man. Dude, from what I've seen, bro, like I've just seen some blowouts, bro. Like teams winning, bro, like 10-0. Like I know Japan, dude, won like. I'm not even kidding, bro. I think they won like 15-0 or something like that, bro. Like Japan's smoking everybody right now, bro. I mean, I mean, truthfully, I have not sat down to watch a game or watch highlights, but I do, of course, see stuff pop up on Instagram. So I do have a little bit of a gist of what's kind of going on for you guys. But I mean, have y'all seen anything much on it? I mean,
I've seen a little bit here and there. Like, kind of looking at the polls right now. Pool B, man, USA just came off a loss against Italy, bro. That sucked. Pool A, who do I give Pool A to? I don't have to sit back and think about Pool A or see what you guys think, but I think easily my Pool C winner's got to go Japan.
Yeah.
Pool D is an easy one for me too. The Dominican Republic. And I wish Pool B, man. I hope USA pulls through. We can win Pool B. It just sucks us coming off that loss against Italy, bro. But come on, USA, let's go. Let's win this thing. I don't know about Pool A, man. I almost you got Puerto Rico, Cuba, Canada. Canada's kind of a sneaky one.
yeah, Canada actually they just beat what's today's date? The 11th. So today actually they beat Canada, or Canada beat Cuba 7-2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean,
man, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Man, yeah, bro. I mean, I don't know that much about baseball, but if Canada did that to Cuba, man, I think they could definitely win Pool A if they keep on playing like they are. But I know Puerto Rico's a pretty good team as well. But man, Pool B, you think you want the United States to win, but man, Italy and Mexico are definitely some pretty tough guys at baseball over there. It sucks if you're in Pool C and you're like I lost already. I'm not going to no quarterfinals. I'm not going to no semifinals. Definitely not going to no chip. And it kind of doesn't matter if you're the Pool D winner, even if you're the Pool D runner up. Like, you're gonna play against Japan, and you're gonna lose. So even if it's of course, let's say Dominican Republic wins and Venezuela's the runner up winners, and dude, you're just gonna go and get smacked by Japan, bro. I'm sorry to tell you. And then I think even if you're say Australia or Korea wins runner up the Pool C, I think you just lose to Dominican Republic. Exact same way, man. I hope we get to watch Japan and Dominican Republic, in the semifinals play each other. Dude, that'd be so raw to watch. And then my prediction, I think, for if you were to go full champion, I'd have to go with Japan, man. Japan, and I want to say America, guys, because
yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, Japan, bro, that's a no-brainer, dude. I mean, the guys they got, the pitchers, bro. I think Japan took over the sport of baseball, bro. Like, easy, bro. But now I'm with you, Caleb, on Pool A, bro. I mean, I know Puerto Rico's good. I know Canada's good. I haven't seen much about Panama or Colombia, but I think that one's like gonna be a pretty good toss up. I think Pool A and Pool B, bro, are gonna be pretty good. I know I got some game results here. I know Italy just beat Mexico 9-1. U.S. barely beat Mexico 5-3. And it's just like, bro, it's one of those things, where it's like sports. It's like, just because this team beats that team doesn't mean that team's gonna lose to the team that this team beat. Dude, it's just, you never know with baseball. I mean, our guys showing out for USA, bro. Freaking Aaron Judge, bro. Like, the dude's a freaking monster, bro. Like, I saw a video, bro, where they're doing the Pledge of Allegiance, and he was standing, like, obviously they're in line, bro, and like the camera's like flat like this, and then boom, there's just like this big old like spike, because he's just like standing on like above everybody else, bro. Like, I wish I was that tall, dude. Like, I so wish I was freaking. I don't even know how tall he is, bro. I'm guessing maybe around like 6'6" or something, probably even bigger than that, bro. But I mean, the dude's a monster. But I mean, I think, dude, Shohei Ohtani, bro. I'm sure y'all all know his name. Like, that dude is the dude of baseball right now. You think of baseball, you have your sports, right? You think of football, you think of Patrick Mahomes. You think of soccer, you think you got your Messi and Ronaldo. You think of baseball, bro. You got Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge, bro. Like those are your two guys. So I mean, I would love. Like I agree with you, Smalls. I'd love to see Japan and U.S. at it again. Of course, with U.S. winning it, hopefully this time around, because Japan's been the most dominant team in this since this tournament started, bro. Like I think, I mean, dude, it's just. I'm gonna, and of course, too, everybody loves the underdog story. So it would be so cool, bro. Freaking like Nicaragua came up, bro. Shout out to my homie from that I played soccer with in high school. Like dude, I just everybody loves just the underdog story, bro. Who, if y'all had to say, who do y'all think is an underdog?
Man, an underdog. So I got the rankings pulled up right here. So the first round is over, and we're heading into quarterfinals now. And my underdog, man, honestly, you can probably say Venezuela. Venezuela's going to be playing the Dominican Republic. We're in the quarterfinals.
Ooh.
In the beginning of this, before all the losses and the wins, my underdog, I really wanted to say Israel. I think that this was promised to them 3,000 years ago. And I'm just...
I'm guessing that Korea didn't advance, man. Can we get a stat check on that, Caleb? Is Korea runner-ups or no?
Korea is runner-ups.
Boom! Boom!
Korea is runner-ups. Yep, they're 2-2, and Japan is 4-0. So Japan's kind of looks like they got that locked. So they're gonna be heading to the semis.
All right, bro. Now give us who's Pool A, bro. I mean,
Pool A is pretty much what we all said. We got Canada and Puerto Rico playing in the quarterfinals.
Y'all boys know baseball. We know baseball.
Hey, what if we get a 2.0 from the Olympics? Here from me, Tomas and Lucas, saying it here. 2.0 from the Olympics. It's a run it back, Canada and USA semifinals.
Ooh, in the semis, bro. Shoot, more American TikTok edits, bro. Heck yeah.
That'd be sick.
Dude,
yeah, it just sucks, man, because Pool B quarterfinals, United States is playing Italy again, the team that beat us. We just hopefully we can get our lick back on them and beat them that one game. Get into the semis, man. We just got to show them what we're about.
Yeah, that's funny, bro. That's funny what you said. Yeah, man, dude. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams left, and it's gonna get pretty good, bro. I have to start having to watch it a little bit. Might have to start watching a little bit.
Yeah, we in the quarterfinals, man. Time to lock in.
Go USA, baby. Tomas, you want to sing the Pledge of Allegiance for us, bro? Since we're celebrating USA, bro, we can do this. Do the one in school, bro. Remember the school one? And then I remember.
Bro, I'll probably start crying on camera. It's so emotional, man. It's just so beautiful, man. If you're a true-blooded American,
Yeah.
You're gonna love it.
Oh yeah. Dude, I remember being younger, dude. I thought the one we did at school was the actual Pledge of Allegiance. I did not know. Or I guess it's the national anthem. I did not know that the national anthem was a national anthem. So I remember when I'd hear, bro, I'd be like, what the heck is this, bro? I had no idea. But that's funny. But baseball, there it is for you folks. There's what we got for baseball. Next sport up on the line, my favorite sport. Tomas and Caleb know this. This sport runs deep in my blood. Soccer. Man, my team lost today, guys. Just straight up. They got freaking smoked 5-2, bro. It was that rematch I was saying about last week. The one Chelsea versus PSG, bro. Yeah, dude. PSG got their leg back on us. Nasty, bro. It basically told it out to, we beat them 3-0. They beat us 5-2. Basically 3-0. Yeah, that was freaking horrible to watch, bro. I watched the whole game, dude. Our defense was horrible. And then, if anyone knows me, that's what defense was what I played in soccer, bro. That was my so to see these mistakes, bro. The keeper passed the ball straight into the guy, bro. So y'all know what the box is in soccer, right? Or the penalty. Yeah, so the keeper has the ball there, and there's a dude on the opposite side from PSG, like right on top of the box, and the keeper just passes it right in him, bro. Like I'm not even like just picture like I'm sure what you're imagining, bro. Like it's straight up just what happened. The dude just tried to pass it. Like I did. I mean, they were wearing black jerseys. So I'm not gonna use that as an excuse, but I think that's a little cheat code. You know what I mean? Like you got the whole crowd was like dark, so that's a little cheat code for me. But I'm just guessing the guy didn't see him, bro. Like, and the dude just straight up passed it right into him, and he gave up a goal. And my girlfriend was there with me, and I'm there punching the bed, just rage baiting, bro, because I'm like, dude, and
You got rage baited by the goal.
yes, bro. And she's like, bro, you need to shut up, bro. Like, you're not even playing for him. I was like, yes, I am, bro. Like, I'm part of the team. Like, we all know you're part of the team that you go for, bro.
We are about to lose. We are
going under, bro. Like, I literally told her, like, bro, I'm about to, like, I should be there. Yeah, but I mean, then some other games from the 10th, which was yesterday. Dude, I don't even know how to pronounce this team's name, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Soccer has some weird names. Galatasaray versus Liverpool. Score was 1-0. Liverpool lost. I actually didn't even know this one, guys. Probably not like this stuff. Like I'm looking at like right now. Like this is my first time seeing this because, like I said, I was so caught up on my Chelsea team. But Bayern Munich coming out with a smokery 6-1. That's crazy. Atletico Madrid versus Tottenham. Tottenham always is just trash. I think they barely won their first trophy, bro, like last year out of the Premier League, losing 5-2. Real Madrid. Y'all all know. I'm sure y'all all know Real Madrid, right? You know, prime Ronaldo when he was there. I don't know if y'all remember last episode, but I said that Man City was gonna win, and bro, they freaking lost 3-0. So
I see that 3-0. I see that on my screen as well.
Bro, like I was like, great. Oh, like, dude, football. But some of my takes are right, bro. Soccer, I got them all wrong. I said Chelsea was gonna win. They lost. I felt like Drake, bro. You know that Drake where he's like betting and every team he bets.
Odds.
Yeah, dude. So, but yeah, so those were the games I had for soccer. I know it's like a little bit of a quicker overcap review, but I don't know if y'all saw, bro. But Iran officially is out of the World Cup. Dude, so I mean. You know, of course, we all know what's going on. We don't got to mention it or nothing, but because of it, yeah, they finally are like I don't remember if FIFA took them out or if they withdrew, but I did also see like videos of like even like their women's team, like people were trying to like protest and like stop the bus from like driving off, bro. But I was like, so I mean I know that's some like the latest news. I know last episode I had said I didn't know what would be affected by that or not, but yeah, that's how it is, man. They're no longer in it, but it ain't stopping me from watching the World Cup. I'll tell you that much for sure. Shoot, my family and I, we're gonna go. We got some plans to go to Dallas and watch it at like a big screen, bro. Just to, hopefully just do some cool chants and whatever, bro. Like I don't even know, just have fun up there. But I mean, that's what I got for soccer. Y'all got any questions about soccer? In all honesty, I mean, like I said, I know it's not like y'all's main sport or anything, but. You got any questions or something like y'all? Like any hot takes? Like any early hot takes? I think that's what we're kind of doing a lot right now. Is hot takes, like World Cup hot takes, or just anything in general, bro. Like
we might have to name the episode like hot takes, bro. There's a lot of capitals, just hot takes. But I think like how you're explaining in the box and your, the goal that happened to your team. I was like thinking about it, and of course I had to think about it kind of in football terms. I know that sounds kind of lame, but that's really how I thought about it. I was thinking like. It's like running a pitch play at like the 10-yard line and like it gets intercepted somehow and like the guy takes it back.
Bro, it's exactly, bro. Literally, that's perfect, bro. That's a perfect example, dude. Like you're like doing a freaking screenplay and it gets read and just gets picked off and like right in front of the end zone, bro. Like that's literally like I couldn't have thought of a better like resemblance towards it, dude. Like that's you nailed it, bro. You freaking gosh, but yeah, so those are the losers for this week for the Champions League, which is like the biggest thing going on. Then of course when the World Cup comes up, that will be next. But all right, guys, last topic, man. Formula Formula One. Y'all start this one off. I mean, y'all start it off. Y'all do this one.
Formula One, man. My very first race that I had watched. Let's just kind of say that I am becoming a Formula One junkie now. I absolutely loved it. My honest takes on it, Like, just look at this. Mercedes was fast. Ferrari was fast. Everything was just like crazy. You know, this is Lucas's boy, Verstappen. He had a heck of a race. You know, I believe he started at 20. He like 20 something, dude, and just jumped all the way to 6. He was like in the top 5 for a little bit. He was right there, dude, right behind Norris, about to take him, but he just couldn't at the end. But yeah, he was hands down. Yeah, he was a driver of the day. Had an amazing day for himself. I think, you know, if he had a better start, he would have won this race, I think. But, you know, I had a lot of fun. I can't wait to see this upcoming race in China. I want to say, you know, maybe I'll run it back, and who will be my winner for China? Is Mercedes going to keep it up? Or is Ferrari going to jump them this time? Alright, give me Charles Leclerc 1 again. Give me Verstappen 3. And 2. What's his name? Antonelli?
Yeah.
Antonelli. I think he'll jump George Russell, and I'll give, you know, 4 to Russell.
Man, that'd be crazy if Kimi jumps Russ, his own teammate. Man, I'd love to watch that and him finishing, you know, that high. But man, talking about the last race, bro, it was my first ever as well F1 race, and I was also watching UFC fights at the time, so I was watching, you know, Charles Oliveira and Max. People say I was kind of a stinker, so I was like, hey man, you know, I know F1's going on right now. Let me tune in real quick. Tuned in, and then I of course already kind of knew that Russell was gonna be was number 1, and Kimi was number 2. But I was thinking, man, Kimi might lose it. You know, still he had a full season of F1, but he's still a young driver, especially when you have like Hamilton on your tail and the other Ferrari driver, and of course the other McLaren guy couldn't race. But man, this race was just entertaining. You know, seeing Russ and Kimi just be able to both kind of just keep their placements and not really letting anyone pass them. And man, watching Max, I was thinking like, dude, this dude is really, really entertaining, dude. He will pass you up if you're not fast enough, bro. He will pass you up, even if they say his engine's worse than, you know, Ferrari and Mercedes. You know, it doesn't matter for him. He'll figure out a way to cut you off. I think the only reason he's in 6 was because Norris is just playing such good. I'm not letting you pass me sort of defense. You know, like I'm not gonna let you. And he was like pretty far ahead as well. So man, but this China race, bro, this is gonna be tricky for Kimi. I feel like, man. I mean, look at that sharp turn right there at 1, 2, and 3, bro. That's just something Kimi will mess up, and you'll see him hit the wall or something, man. I mean, I hope he does it, but give me Max, man. I think Max with this track might be able to take number 1, bro. Of course, his placements and stuff won't matter, but I think he could finish 1, and then Russ is gonna be high. I think he still finishes 2. And then, man, these Ferrari drivers might, you know, if Kimi doesn't finish, and you know, they're gonna look real good for to win the, you know, what is it, the company ship, right?
Oh, the constructors cup, yeah.
Constructors. Because man, they're gonna be on top for a while. I feel like. I mean, I don't know, man. Mercedes did make a pretty good engine. They made a pretty fast car.
Yeah.
They made a rocket ship, as they call it, you know. And all Kimi has to do is keep it cool, bro. Keep it cool. Try to get another top 3 placement. Russ is gonna go through his thing. You know, hopefully he doesn't, you know, kamikaze a, you know, Ferrari driver or do anything stupid like that. But as long as he stays focused, and man, I picked the perfect team, man. A perfect start. You know, it's just my luck. I did not look into it, guys. I promised it. Then I watched the F1 show, and I was like, dude, this guy Kimi's fun. He's like a rookie. Dude's hilarious. And then, like, of course, it's kind of more focused on McLaren on the Drive to Survive and Ferrari sort of, and Later episodes were kind of focused on Max because he was making a comeback, and I was still thinking like, bro, Kimmy, like I need Kimmy in this episode, bro. I need some more Kimmy. And I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna pick a team right now, since I watched that round, I was like, I'm gonna go with of course Mercedes. So, dude, I think the perfect team at the right time, and I can't wait to watch the next race, bro. I know it's gonna be 2 o'clock our time, but man, I might go to sleep and then wake up at 2 with crusty old eyes and just be like, oh yeah, keep first place, keep second. But man, dude, this is crazy just to look at. Ferrari will definitely be really competitive this year too. But Max, man, you gotta watch out for Max. You always gotta watch out for Max. I feel like, and I'm a new F1 fan, but I can just tell from watching Drive to Survive. And then, bro, going from P20 to P6, bro, like that's insane, bro. Like the fact that he even finished with points at P20 just shows you this guy's a talented driver, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's my guy. That is my guy, Max. I mean, that was my hot take. I told all the guys, like, bro, Max starts. I mean, bro, 14 places, dude. Like, I think he went from P20 to I think it was like P10 within like the first like 20 laps, bro. Out of what, it was like 56 laps, I believe. Like, I mean, and again, of course, you had your yellow flags and virtual safety cars and all that stuff. Which messed up Ferrari, but we could touch on that here in a minute. But dude, Max, man, I don't care. I mean, like I said, bro, like I was that guy that like, hey, like I didn't know anything about it, but when I liked it, I just picked the guy that was number one. And I mean, again, I know he didn't win, and like, but I was not mad at all that he didn't win. Like for me, like he did win. We won. Red Bull won. You know what I mean? Like I said, to come back from P20 to P6, bro. Like you said, wants to get points, bro. Like, and that's because he's still complaining about the car, bro. It's like, dude, like, what do you mean? Like, you're complaining about the car? I mean, again, a lot of it just comes to, the driver, because that's what they said last year with McLaren. McLaren was the fastest car, and they had it, fastest car versus the fastest driver. That there's a difference in that, and I think Max kind of proves that, man. Like, all week long, I'm sure y'all saw what happened in qualifying with them. The dude freaking his rear axle was just straight up locked up on him and went flying, bro. Like, that was unfortunate. So, that's my statement, man. If Max is anywhere top 5, even though like I said, Mercedes has a freaking rocket ship up there, Max is just the best driver. But I do like there's this crazy stat that I saw on Instagram, bro, and it's like been on my mind. And, like, I wanted to tell y'all guys, but I was like, nah, I have to wait for the podcast because I don't know if y'all saw it or not. So. Y'all know what overtaking is, right? Now that y'all, like as soon as like a car. Okay, cool. This is awesome. Do y'all know how many there was in this race? Did y'all see it, or could y'all take a guess?
Oh man, I would say, man, I know of course, Max himself had around, 14. Oh man, I'd say probably like 37.
Man, I think it's going to be higher than that. Because I think about, there's Verstappen, who moved up a lot. I even think about the beginning, like Charles and Russell were just going at it at first, and they kept on jumping from P1 to P2, and they kept on just swapping places. Man, yeah, even Hamilton got overtaken. Because Hamilton was saying that too for a while. When it was all Ferrari 1 and 2, and then they fell back, Mercedes came in.
Yeah, you also had Kimi drop down to 8th at the start too, and then you had to finish P8. So you kind of got like.
I'm gonna throw just a wild number out there. Give me 47.
47. Okay. Y'all ready for this, bro? Y'all ready for this?
Let's hear the number. It's gonna be higher, bro.
Dude, okay. So it's higher than last year's, and I'm going to give y'all last year's versus this year's, okay? Last year, there was 45 overtakes. This year, nearly tripled the amount of overtakes with 120 overtakes.
Wow.
Like, bro, when I saw that, I was like, I mean, of course, yes, I saw all the different ups and downs. Like we all said, Max himself had 14, Kimi from 8th to 2nd, Lewis from, I knew there was a lot, don't get me wrong, but, bro, 120, like, like I said, bro, when I saw that, I was like, I wanted to tell you, like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, bro, no, I wanted to wait for the pod to come out, bro, because I was like, dude, like, I mean, of course, I was in the middle of class because I wasn't paying attention, but I was like, dude, 120 overtakes, bro, split amongst the whole grid, like, and that's because Oscar didn't even drive, and like, yeah, I think there was like what 5 cars that even ended up racing. So imagine if you throw in those 5 cars too, bro. Like,
especially Oscar, man. You put an Oscar in there, and his kind of home race sort of he won. He would have been in past, of course, from 50s, maybe 60s, bro.
oh yeah, 100%, dude. Yeah, and then yeah, bro. But I mean, and then going back to Max, I mean, the dude ended up with the fastest lap. So I mean, I want to kind of like I want to throw that out there because I know we're saying Mercedes is the rocket ship, bro. But the guy with the fastest lap kind of proves who has the fastest car in that race. You know what I mean? And I get like you have the whole active aero or quote unquote the what used to be DRS mode and stuff, but like what would y'all's take be like? Now that y'all are like newer into it, like if you saw that a car had like dude like say if Cadillac had the fastest time lap, like and you knew nothing else about Cadillac or like F1, would y'all think that would be the fastest car, or would y'all like just still be like, well, all the reports say it's Mercedes. Like, what's y'all's take on that?
And that is a good thought. So you have the fastest lap, so you're getting around faster than all the other cars. So then it just kind of comes down to, you would think the driver, but Verstappen put on the freaking show. I don't even know, man. Maybe it's almost one of those things, like it's just your best lap out of everybody, and you kind of just had that one good lap. It's like running the 40-yard dash when a wide receiver goes up and runs his first 40, and it's like, okay, that's good, whatever. Then he goes and runs another one, and it's even better, Maybe it's kind of like a deal like that, but with these cars. I don't know, necessarily. I just, Mercedes looked fast, but Verstappen was the best drivers. That's where I'm stuck at, because I can't say it's a driver performance issue because Verstappen was moving. I don't know, man. What do y'all think?
I think it definitely wasn't a driver issue. The fact that you have the fastest lap. I know. I mean, of course, the driver does take a majority of that kind of praise for it, especially Max here. And you still have a fast car if you're able to run the fastest lap. But man, Max, dude, I mean, he has the precision to run a perfect lap, like down to a T. I think that's why he might have finished with the fastest lap, and maybe Mercedes is just a little bit slower on the turns and stuff like that, and on the straights they lose like some power and they get a little slow sometimes, and man, though, but Max, man, like that's crazy. I did not know that he had the fast lap, and it just kind of shows what kind of driver he is. And I did see whenever his tires kind of flew off and people making fun of it, like, hey man, he clicked the wrong button. It wasn't the eject button. It was the lose the 2 front tires button. I just found that hilarious. I was thinking like that's crazy that happened to him early on, and it just shows you what Red Bull kind of build. But and then you have Max. I don't think it was performance issue. I think it was just kind of his placement issue, sort of. I mean, dude, I don't think any other driver would have done this realistically. Go from P20 and P6, especially in this Red Bull car. But man, he just knows how to drive. Man, he knows how to drive. He knows how to work with what they give him. Is I think the best way I could put it.
Yeah, for sure. Because I was gonna mention because I don't know how early y'all started watching the race. I know Caleb, you started from the beginning, but I mean, I feel like Red Bull's car is not the worst. Because he had Isaac Hadjar who got I think P3. I think he got P3 qualifying, and the dude was going, bro, and like the car gave out. Like it just stopped. I think it was something with like the engine, of course. But like I was like again, like another thing was like, bro, if he stays up there, like Max has a teammate to help him out. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm kind of saying all this to get to the strategy part of F1, and I'm sure, like, I mean, I know Caleb, you're there, watching it with us, and Tomas, like I know you weren't able to join us, but we were talking about that, and dude, like I I think Ferrari wins this race. In all honesty, if they strategize better. Now, what I'm trying to say, as far as like, well, what was the mess up was that, dude, Ferrari had two chances to do a free pit, like get fresh tires, get everything like which is keys. You want the fresh tires, and they didn't go in on it like at all. They didn't choose to, and I don't know if you heard the radio call, Kilo and Tomas, whenever Hamilton was like, he should have said, he's like, bro, at least one of us should have gone in to go pit, and it came back to haunt them because they stay. Their idea was, let's stay out and get ahead of Mercedes, but by the time they were already wanting to pit Hamilton, who at the time I think had the lead. Like they were like, bro, Russell's like 10 seconds behind you, and he was like, what do you mean 10 seconds? Because in the pit lane, you're easily taking up 12, 13 seconds depending on how fast you take. So their strategy was, they thought they were fast enough to, wait off, but they didn't. Do y'all think if Ferrari uses the right strategy and they do what Mercedes did actually, and use those two pits that they could have, like, that they had, do you think it changes the race? Because in my opinion, I think it does. I don't think you have a 1-2 from Mercedes. I think you maybe have Charles number 1 and Russell 2 and a Hamilton 3. I think it goes. I think you're going Ferrari Mercedes as your top 4. Like, I mean, what did y'all think when y'all saw that? Whenever, like I said, whenever it was kind of like, bro, what the heck are you doing? And like I said, Hamilton, the GOAT of F1 said, like, bro, someone should have went in. Why didn't we? What are y'all thoughts? Again, like,
Yeah, definitely they should have went 1-1, leaving Hamilton on the track and bringing in Charles, or vice versa, because Hamilton was first and Charles was right there just in second, and they just both decided to stay on the track, which eventually would have it bit them in the butt. It would have worked out perfect for them because we had 2 yellow flags, right? So either way, whatever scenario you want to go, we'll say Lewis stays out, Charles goes in, they're still looking good, and then you get another yellow flag. Give first back to Charles, Lewis goes in pits, and then they're just free pit stops that they should have used, but they just ultimately chose to stay out in both. But yeah, for sure that strategy was very questionable on them, and this would have been Ferrari's race if they would have pitted, I think.
Yeah, man, I think Ferrari was definitely, scary, but then you see the lead, and then you see, like, hey, man, they haven't pitted, so you're like, man, they're definitely going to take some time there, and, yeah, man, they just lost P1, P2, and then, yeah, man, just kind of a bad sequence of events, too. The fact that you got those, yellow flags when you didn't pit, and then when you have to, it just sucks for Ferrari. I think they're still a confident team in the third and fourth. I think, yeah, man, like you said, I think it could have been 1-2, 1-2, and it definitely would have been more kind of entertaining, or like watching it wise, if one of them did pit. I would say maybe Hamilton, even though he was in first, pits first, and then I'll just give him time to catch up, and then take P1. Either way, it would have worked. If they would have took P1, or P2 would have went in and got fresh tires, he would have still been in P1. And man, if they really played it right, or really dealt their cards right, they could have been. It could have been. Who knows? They could have been 1 and 2, and they would have been 3 and 4. And then you're talking about, man, Hamilton still has it. Hamilton does still have it, but you'd have been like, dude, he finished maybe P1, P2. You're like, everyone's saying he's old and stuff or whatever, but you're like, oh, he still got it, bro. He still has the instincts and the awareness to be at the top level that he always has been at.
yeah, for sure. And then, like, let's go over what we think for this next race. I know, Tomas, you gave your thought, but I mean, like, for me, when I look at this track, for me, like, I think if I was a driver, my scariest part would be sector 3. Like, right off, you get that loop and you go on that straightaway, bro. Like, dude, like, I would not brake in time. Like, I think I like to not. I mean, of course, like, on the side, they have signs to let you know like how close you're getting. But like, like I know when I would play, F1 on the Xbox, bro. Like I was always the late breaker, bro, and I would full send it into the wall. If y'all were drivers and y'all saw this track, like, what do you think would be your like weak weak spot?
Bro, for me, like beginning was kind of scary, like the 0102 section 1, but they're low key kind of, everyone's kind of moving at the same pace. They're all turning, everyone's all kind of going slow, but man, looking at section 3, yeah, that sucks. You hit the loop, and then, like, you could, like, that's the sharpest angle on the track right there, is 14 to 15, and then after that, you still hit a straight shot up, and then you go really fast again, and then you're back to, turning again, and kind of doing, like, a circular motion, which it's not as sharp as a turn, but, man, it could mess some drivers up, especially some younger guys going on, but, man, I think if we do see a couple wrecks or, a couple mess ups, it's definitely going to be at 14, 15, and man, that straight shot is perfect for Max, man. I'm saying right now, that straight shot will definitely give him, especially that turn at 11 and 12. You're going to see him do some crazy takes right there, I feel like.
Kilo, what would your like looking at this track? What do you think would be your like weakness when racing it?
Definitely those curves, man. I think what's tough is like, they have these long straights where you can build up speed, like, so you can see in an instance. Let's say you got your two F1 cars, whoever it is, that you're fighting with someone trying to overtake them. You're like, man, I got a haul butt. But then right at the end of that track, you're about to hit a hard curve. So this is really going to be like you're going to have to be a good driver, I think, for this course with how tight these curves are. Like especially looking at is there arrows that indicate which way they're coming from?
Yeah, so it's okay. So you see the checkered flag? It goes straight. Okay. So sector 1 is like your first part, so you go that way,
yeah.
and then 2, and yeah.
I got you. Yeah, so that sector 3 turn is hard, bro. Like you're a fish hook. So you're like you got that long stretch here where you're building up all that speed, and then you just fish hook real hard.
You almost do like a V motion, almost like if you look at the track, kind of turn your head a little bit. It almost looks like a V, sort of like a U, sort of, but it's a sharper U. It looks like it was like a coat hanger, almost like.
Yeah. Even at the start, when everybody's building up speed, you're hitting that first little curve, not so bad. You wind right there. You can build up some speed between 4 and 6, but then you hit another pretty decent curve. Got to slow down. Yeah, it's the curves, man. You're gonna those straightaways. I think the best drivers, you're gonna have to utilize those straights as best as you can, but then you better be prepared to slow down and hit that curve like perfectly.
Yeah, so I was just looking it up because I was interested to see how many G's you pull on that turn. It says turn 14, you experience 5 to 5.5 G's under braking. Now, of course, we all heard like the cars are a little bit slower, of course, but like still their guys are making that turn that like 40, 30 miles an hour, which is still that's still fast. Like like I was thinking about that when I saw the race and I saw that their speed and they're hitting those tight turns at 64 miles an hour. I'm like, bro, I think like I try to get in my head like, oh, I'm an F1 driver when I'm driving my car, and dude, like I get scared going 35 down Cloudcroft, bro. So I can't imagine going. Of course, you throw the whole science and gravity and all that other nonsense into it, bro. But dude, like I just like as much as I say like I could, like in reality, bro, like there's no way I could do that, bro. Like, I would fly out the car, like like we said, coming in that hot, bro. Like I could, yeah, it's crazy, bro. And I think F1 drivers are definitely like freak athletes, bro. Like the way their body has to be like their core. Like, have you seen those videos like where they train with like that head thing on, like and they're doing like their ab workout, bro? I'm like, dude, that looks easy. Like,
I look at that and I'm like, bro, like they're doing some scientific based workouts. They are doing some crazy lifting. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. F1's a awesome sport to watch, and I'm glad y'all are into it. I'm glad y'all liked it, bro. In all honesty, because I can see the boring side to it. You know what I mean? Like in all honesty, I really can. Like Like, I mean, for me, the most boring part, bro, is that like you know, you got practice, and you got qualifying, and then the race. It's like, bro, just skip to the race. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to race, bro. Like, I don't even care like what happens, but you gotta have qualifying in order to see who goes where. But I think last take for F1, unless y'all guys have stuff. Let's talk about our American team, the Cadillac. The first race. I mean, obviously one of them didn't even finish, right? I mean, but in all honesty, like I think even just starting the race is a big win. You know what I mean? Like just to you got your team up and running. Like I mean, of course you had I don't know if you saw that part where a piece of the car like just flew off when Perez was driving, and it like literally just flew off. I was like, we were like, well, there's the new team for you. You know what I mean? Like that's a statement. What do y'all think? I mean, like we said, America, bro. Like heck yeah, we got like another team in it now. Like what were y'all's thoughts for them?
Man, I wanted them to have a little bit of a better day. One guy didn't even finish. I was telling Lucas, I was like, man, it'd be nice at least one of them finished in the top 12, but it just wasn't their day, man. Cadillac, I mean, they're new to the F1 scene, so hopefully we just see improvement from the drivers, and then obviously the cars are what they are now, but hopefully next year we get some fast Cadillac F1 vehicles. But I don't know. Go USA.
Man, yeah, man, just say like Lucas said, bro, just being able to race in F1, I think is just the biggest win. Even if they're a newer team, so you can't just expect them, to be straight off the bat and have this super fast car with these super talented drivers. But man, I'm hoping at least this year we get to see one top 10 finish from either of them, and I'd love to see it, especially if they have to work for it, get some overtakes, and their car is pretty nice too. I really do like the design on their car.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, y'all got anything else for F1, or even just anything in general? Like I know this is our last topic, and it was exciting. Like I said, for like all the trades to come out, all the free agency picks that happen, F1 race, baseball, soccer, like it's just a good time to be a sports fan. Then just imagine when football comes. You got F1 and football at the same time, and so it's gonna be exciting. But I mean, yeah, I mean, if y'all got nothing else, I mean,
Yeah, not really.
So, Moss, can we get a little Kimmy celebration? Yeah, do the T pose too. But well, I guess that's it. Does anybody want to close?
Man, I might as well, bro. I just want to say, guys, I really appreciated y'all, being here right now, and especially the fans too. If you watched all the way, dude, I do really appreciate it, and I just hope you guys, kind of stick with us, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. It was fun to do it, as always. Thank you guys for everything.
All right. Peace, everyone.